Alrighty, hello. How's everyone doing today? Let's get started. I think we're doing some rulebook editing today. But yeah. There's probably a few things I want to talk about, but we'll probably wait until things get things actually happen today. So we get into the stream a little bit. But yeah. I don't really want to do rulebook stuff, if I'm being completely honest, but Run a bean! Beans! What are you doing? Oh shit, it's beats. I don't know why I said it like that. But it's me. It's me, Beats. How are you today, Bean? It's good to hear you. Hear you? See you. Words. I'm crazy today. I don't know. But yeah. How are you doing, Bean? A pleasant surprise to have you here. Well, yeah. I was gonna say, is it that much of a surprise? I don't know. Bean's always here. Good. Well, actually sick today, but I'm good. Okay. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, dude. Surprise. I'm always here. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a surprise. I'm like, it's really not a surprise. That's my interpretation of that emote. Yeah. I'm feisty today. I don't know. I'm just crazy. Woo, you know. I think I'm just tired. But I'm good. Been making. You're feisty all the time. True. I'm just a little quirky today, I guess. We got rulebook stuff to do, but I've got some other stuff to kind of just show off more than anything, but I'll probably wait till I get a little bit into things before just randomly talking about stuff. But yeah, the plan is to do rulebook stuff. We'll see how much we do. I feel like I'm just gonna get like bored, or my brain's not gonna want me to do it, especially because I wrote a whole like 5-page script the past few days, and writing is not my strong suit by any means. But yeah. Liar. What? That I'm bad at writing? I'm definitely bad at writing. I'm not bad at writing, it's difficult for me, right? It's much more difficult for me to do than most of my other stuff. So yeah. But yeah, what are we doing? So yeah, I mean, and the main thing is to like take all this stuff, not all that, all the stuff in red here, and implement it into the rest of the thing, which arguably means we're probably just starting over and implementing these where they need to be, and making sure any of the you know, any of the stuff that like additional changes or like tweaks or rule changes that need to be in here are in here. Which hopefully shouldn't be too bad. I don't know how much I need to like elaborate on the existing rules, but because I made this in like a day, so, and then all this stuff is just extra stuff. So yeah, and then after all that is squared away, the goal will be to implement what am I trying to say? Once we've done some playtesting, we will make this look nice like we did with armies. Kind of here, kind of not. You're on my phone in front of me as I draw. Shouldn't you be resting, Bean? If you are sick. I know drawing is nice, but hopefully you're at least I don't know. What kind of sick are you, Bean? You have a cold or something? You've been resting all day. Yeah, I get that feeling. I guess as long as you find drawing relaxing, then it doesn't matter. I haven't eaten a single thing. Damn. You should eat some... I don't know. I was trying to think of something light, and then I couldn't think of anything. Yo! Dragon Sparks, yo, what's up? Is everyone sick right now? Dang. Do I know anyone who's sick right now? Besides Bean? I don't think so. But also welcome in. How are you doing today? How's life? But yeah, once we get playtesting done, we'll make this look nice, like armies, rulebook, and I meant Dragon Sparks, but I love the name. Very reminiscent of Spyro. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was going for. There you go. Freaking love Spyro. I wonder who could have told that based on this icon. That's very dragony and looks very Spyro-y. Also get featured, nerd. Who played the Reignited trilogy? I definitely which game did I play? I played the one for was it GameCube or Wii? I spelled Spyro wrong. Spelled it with an I, and that's something else apparently. I played. It may have been the first one in the... A New Beginning is the one I played. Sorry, I just saw Mac. Han, let me catch up for a second. I got twice. Ripto's Rage is my all-time favorite. Me too. Awesome. Look at you. Look at you guys getting along. I hate Rulebook streams. Grr. It's because he's like, I like how Dingus Mortimus is the exact opposite of Maximus. It's good. Oh, Thalamus. It won't be a rulebook stream. Honestly, there's a good chance that you guys distract me enough that I don't do any rulebook editing. It'll be a Beats Yappin' stream. I mean, it's pretty true. I am feeling yappy. And also just like, I don't particularly want to work on the rulebook, but I know I have to. It's like the next thing in on the agenda. And I highly doubt you want to see me doing any YouTube editing. Because I've got my, I'm doing a short of the time you guys tried to drown me to death. You remember that? Remember that time? So, I'm not going to be editing that, but that was one of the things I could have done. Sweet memories. That fills Dalamus and his disgusting goals of murder. Yeah, right? Crazy. I appreciate the description of the stream, by the way. Yes, thank you. I thought it was a good one. Oh yeah, so hydrate. Cheers. Oh, there's another one. I took 2 sips, just so you're aware. It felt on theme. Indeed, it is. Here, I can show you what I got so far. It's definitely too long, but I thought I would go, actually, rather than just doing that, let me just pause Spotify. This might be loud. Hold. Might be too quiet too. Who knows? I decided to go Hall of the Mountain King with it. I mean, technically, I probably should have more of those. More hydrate. Okay. Okay, you're trying to drown me. Maximus is gonna be so mad he's not here because his whole plan was just to drown me with hydrates. Drink up, bub. I'm assuming that's another hydrate. Yep. I kind of have to anyway, so. More. Cheers. Drown him. Thank you. Oh, there's more. Did I summon Maximus? I've been waiting here for this moment. Were you here? How long? Oh my god. How many is this? 12, 16, 17, 18, 20? Okay, should I just fill this completely full and just chug it? Will that be sufficient if I just chug this whole? You know what? Okay, hold on. Okay, what are we at? 45, huh? Okay, there we go. Actually gonna drown. What are we at? 50? This is an attempt at murder. True. You're gonna be so hydrated, bro. We're at 65 hydrates. I'm gonna try not to vomit on stream, but at this point I just drank the whole thing, which I need to cut down somehow, but you know, it's coming along. I definitely need to shorten it. It needs to be, you know, I mean, technically shorts are supposed to be a minute. They can be above a minute now, but, you know, here we are. Who the F is Maximus? True. Prime, perhaps. Maximus Prime. Kind of like Optimus. Yeah, turns into a school bus with arms. Ooh, there you go. Pulling out the school bus yet again. But yeah. Probably don't need this open though. We're not doing that, but definitely not Optimus Prime. True. Optimistic Prime. But yeah, I think actually the thing to do is duplicate this file, duplicate this rulebook, make a copy. Actually, I like Optimistic Prime. I think Deus Mortis is plotting my death. There's a good chance. I mean, he tried to murder me, so. Every time it transforms, it broadcasts words of encouragement. That would be pretty cute, honestly. 2.0 Light of Blackridge rulebook. I didn't know such a thing. It was Dalmas. Yuck. True. So true. Should I be further distracted? Should I show you something I want to show you guys? So as you know, I have been working on that little diorama project. And I did a thing yesterday where I basically made a CG whatchamajiggy, like Northern Lights sort of thing, and fog and stuff, and then I put it on my TV, and then I took a picture of it. I also did do a video, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I feel like I want to get a I've ordered a macro photography filter lens filter thing. So I want to take actual pictures with my camera and maybe make this a little more teal. I also need a longer running clip, but I thought it was pretty cool to actually do some like miniature work. I've got some video footage here too. Where is it? I don't know. I think it looks pretty sick. It's just obviously this is just a test. I'm using my phone camera. I want to use my actual proper camera. But I thought it was kind of cool to like play around with that. So yeah. That's what I did last night. And then I want to do like visual effects over top of it as well. But anyway, thought it was cool. Thought you might appreciate. But yeah. All right. Also, wait. Here's a good one as well. Someone's being very helpful. Does this count? Wait, why does it stop working? There we go. Why does it stop? That's weird. I don't know why it glitches out. But yeah, she was being very helpful. I don't know if I put a dragon in because it's supposed to be armies themed. So I might put in one of the creatures. I could put like World Ender in it or something or whatever. But yeah, it's supposed to be a whole landscape of armies. Sorry, armies against entropy. My game. Kitty. Indeed. I guess there could be a dragoon, but we haven't made one yet, so I think World Ender would be the most appropriate. World Ender used to be a dragon before we themed it, you know, entropy, chaos kind of thing. He has no dragons yet. True. Not yet. It could be a abyssal overseer. See, I don't want to get too crazy because at that point, then I'm gonna have to start 3D modeling, and that's gonna be. Chaos Worm is basically a dragon. True. It's more based on a Hydra, but yeah. How do you usually stream for? Usually about 3 hours, but honestly, I've been convinced most streams to stream longer the past few streams. Usually between... Heck yeah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, usually like 3 to 5 hours lately. 3 is like my minimum. And then I usually go a little bit longer if I am distracted enough. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Oh, welcome new beans, indeed. But yeah, that was the thing I did. It's a good time. Let's work on a rulebook. I guess the description's fine. This is the Blight of Black... Wait, I have to say it in the voice. This is the Blight of Blackridge, a cutthroat survival. A cutthroat fight for survival. As mercenaries. See, I can't talk. Yay. Hunt down the horrors as Cursed Frontier. Take down anyone who stands between you and your ward. I don't think any of this is going to be bad, but I'm just going to read through it anyway to be thorough. In the town of Blackridge, blood buys bread. And the only thing more dangerous than the beast in the dark are the hunters by your side. I need to not slouch. Every day begins with an event where players bid on items to compete for rewards. Only the highest bidder benefits, while the rest face the consequences. Then comes mealtime, where you eat your hard-earned food and risks coming to the corruption that plagues the land. Followed by resupplying for the next day. The cycle continues until only the strongest remain. So then we have descriptions of cards. Weapons primarily used for fighting creatures. I'm trying to think if like the structure of this is going to be good. Do you watch it yet? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. Honestly, it's not even that I don't want to. I just literally keep forgetting. I'm very forgetful, apparently. I'm usually not forgetful, arguably. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you why it is. I did plan on it, and then I just didn't. Bean wants me to watch some... Don't watch it. Bean wants me to watch some short film, I believe. And I said I would, and I fully intend to, but I just keep forgetting. It's just because, like, I plan on watching it at the end of the day, and then by the end of the day, I just, like, I forget. I don't know. I should have set, like, a reminder. Okay, Google, set a alarm for 9 o'clock.
Okay.
There you go. Now I'll remember. Then my alarm's gonna go off, and I'm like, what was that alarm for? Anyway, weapons primarily used for fighting creatures. They have a damage value and sometimes additional effects that can assist in combat. It's not 100% true. They don't always assist in combat. In fact, do they? They don't really assist in combat, to be fair. They more just like... sometimes additional effects that can help you get to the edge on your rivals. Sure. Hey, what are you doing? Huh? Oh god. What you doing over there? Doesn't she just look like a little fuzzy gumdrop? Are you a fuzzy little gumdrop? Yeah, you're very cute. Yeah. She's like just far enough away from my USB thing that it doesn't quite work. I need a USB extender. Oh well. Anyway, there's Luna. The Luna. I think it probably should end up having like stuff here, right? Like a description of like player cards, also called items, are used by the player to... See, this is like kind of like a, like this here is going to be a nothing statement, but like kinda should be. She looks like a kneadable, like a blob of dough is true. Little. Wait, do you know elephants purr? I did not. Hey, can you not attack my carpet? You gonna roll around? Yoink. Look how fluffy he is. You not like this? Luna is V cute, it's true. Look at her freaking eyes. She's like. You tolerate this? Kitten break.
Dragon Sparks just cheered 100 bits. Bits for Kitty because, well, Kitty.
Hell yeah. Bits for the kitty. You want some bits? Here. This seems only fair. Hold on. Please hold. Why is this? Hold on. Hold. Are you earning your keep, Luna? Are you earning your keep? She deserves some treats. I'm way ahead of you. Okay. Shake. Shake. Oh, wait, you're out of frame. Here. You're out of frame, kitten. We need to get you. Come here. Come here. Ups. Good girl. Good kitten. High five. Good girl. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Are you having performance anxiety? Lay down. Come on. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. All done. There you go. All this rulebook editing, true. I knew I'd be very distractible today, but there you go. Thank you for the 100 bits. I really do appreciate it. Okay, more rulebook stuff. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna write out what I need in here and like try to interwork everything and then actually come up with what I need. But overall, a treat for beat. Well, thank you for the 100 bits. Wait, did we just start a hype train? That's wild. Also, what was that? Oh, it's the same. Oh yeah, it's the same noise for a hype train. That probably should be a different noise. But thank you, Bean, for the 100 bits. We love a rewarding rhyme. Very true. Bean loves to rhyme. I'll tell you what. is like one of the lines here is just like, it's completely pointless because it's like, a card is something you play during the game, but paw, give me your paw before you get retreat beat. I'm good. No. Yeah, I probably should have just given Luna the treats without making her do tricks, but I was kind of showing off, to be fair. Otherwise, I would have... Well, yeah. Here we are. I'm showing off that I taught her tricks, okay? I'm allowed to show off. So we have what each of these is. I bounce snacks and lunch. I'll keep the browser up for the views. Thank you for the lurk, my friend. And thank you for the 100 bits. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Have a delicious lunch. Corrupt abilities. Most tools and weapons and tools have corrupt abilities which increase their power and cost. I think what we need to do... So we need to add in corruption. We need to add this what in the same hell? What is happening with my brain? Needs to explain the what's it called? This needs to explain that corruption cards can be used after death. I was just gonna grab some McNugs. Yummy. Yummy. Hands like feel like cat treat now. Let me wash my hands real quick. BRB. He's going to lick his fingers off screen. You know it. You know me. Just eating cat treats. Okay. Display corruption cards be used after death, which then probably this entire section of this all needs to be added up there. Our hype train was complete at 13%. There we go. We did it. Level 1 hype train. That's kind of surprising it started at 200 bits. I guess it can like depend. Can't you like set that for some reason, some way? I don't remember how that works. There we go. Anyway. Choo choo. Choo 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 choo. Yeah, there was a hype train for 2 minutes. But yeah, here we go. Does this all belong here though? After a player dies, may play a corruption card. These rules are as follows: all cards are played face up. Blah blah. See, this seems very like this might not actually go here. This actually doesn't go here. In fact, because this shouldn't. This is kind of just explaining what everything is that you would have, right? Corruption cards probably end up going into gameplay. Hand management, that's telling your health. Player's hand represents both health and I guess there would be the note here. I'm making a note here. Those can't ever be played. Why is... Sorry, I had a... Oh, never mind. It's like, do I have a Discord notification? But not really. Okay. A player's hand represents their inventory and health. Each player has 10 slots storing items. For storing items, weapons, tools, corruption, and damage as it take up these slots. If the player draws a card and their hand is full, they may either replace the card. Draw one similar to the... Okay, none of this has changed. Lose condition of player's hand is only filled with corruption damage, they are eliminated. This probably shouldn't say eliminated. This should probably say dead, because technically they are still part of the game. They are die. We're gonna reword a lot of this, but I'm just trying to get the general order of things. Because, like, do we like how armies sort of order works? Of the rule book. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Because the way it goes is it's like, here's the game. Here's our general statement. Here are the components of the thing. I probably should include this at the top. You know, your typical... That's just like, you know, your typical, like, make sure you have everything you need, you know? And it'd say, like, how many cards and whatnot in there. Player cards. Yeah, so and it explains what each type of thing is. It explains all the stuff, so you have the base knowledge of what to know, and then after it explains what to know, it explains the gameplay. I think that's a good format. I don't know how else you would do it, right? Because you need to know these things in order to have any sort of context. It's nice to have the context. We could, like, explain it as we go, but it's not very organized that way, right? Like, we could have it's like the gameplay. Players get cards. These are what the cards are. And then they go to a, you know, go to an event, and these are what the events are. Like, you could do it very linearly, but I feel like having like a table of contents makes sense, right? So So I guess we're just going to continue going this way. Okay, again, we're just going to go through this and make sure nothing has changed. Events, optional events where players trade one item for another, receive a reward. That's true. Creatures, main threats of the game. These events are not mandatory, but failing to participate or defeating the creature generally results in a penalty. Defeating them provides a bounty. Incidents, mandatory. They're not all mandatory anymore. Just do this. Strike through, control alt 5? Yeah. We'll have to go through and reword that. But otherwise, they are just mini games, right? Single event versus multi-event. Within event types are single and multi-events. Single events have only one option the players can bet on. Multi-events have 2 events the player can bet on. Do we explain this later? This may be worth adding a note about how you can participate in... I guess it's not always true. Usually items explain, right? Like there's what I'm trying to get at is like there's something like dynamite, right? Where it only affects one event in a multi-event card. I think that's fine, that we don't need to state anything about that in the, like, I guess maybe we can make a note, something like, pay attention to if a card says it affects both events, question mark, something like that, maybe. And then also, on a similar note, you may, or it's not really similar, but you may bet on both events if you like. That might end up being something that's talked about down here, but sometimes you have to be redundant, I guess. Setup, each player draws 5 cards, right? Determine the first player by rolling a die. Highest goes first, sure. Turns proceed clockwise after mealtime concludes, and a new event card is drawn. This feels weird to be in setup. Wait, turns proceed clockwise after mealtime concludes, and then an event card is drawn. Doesn't make sense to be in setup. I mean, it's kind of telling you how the order of things go. Because you don't do mealtime right away, so that seems weird. Event participation. When an event is revealed, the player goes first, must choose the following... one of the following actions: pass, bid, partner up. Pass, one player... the player does not participate in an event. Not allowed for mandatory events, sure. Bid, the players place one or more cards face down. For multi-events, they specify which option they're bidding on. If a player chooses to corrupt an item, they place it sideways. That feels like that information could go somewhere else, right? There's my name. Whatever. Just doxing myself casually. Just doxing my full name. For multiplayer events, we'll just make a note. We're making a note here. I'm just gonna keep saying that apparently. A player may choose to partner up with for a bid. If all other players agree, they may combine resources of the bid. Each player will declare how much they contribute. The card, place the cards face down. I'm trying to figure out how to like order all this together. I think it's decent. I'm just wondering if there's like maybe a better way to do it. The problem is if you get too organized, it ends up disjointed, right? So that's the... I just unscrewed my thing here. That's the only thing that you have to like pay attention to. Once the first player takes action, the next player in the turn order chooses their action. Then you choose pass, bid, or partner up, but players cannot join existing partner. I don't know if that's true anymore. They may choose to pass, bid, or partner up, but players cannot join an existing partnership. That is not true anymore, I don't think. I don't think I've ever played it that way, to be fair. After all players act, the first player may raise their bid. Because the more like table talk in the game, the better the game is, right? Because the more like fun interactions you have between people. Because you can play this game completely co-op if you really wanted to, but it should be kind of interesting to see if you just can beat the game instead of screwing each other over. Which is interesting. I mean, it's not like the first time that's ever been thought of. One of my friends keeps mentioning Here to Slay, and I think that's how that works. I need to get it. I wonder how much it is. Here to Slay. Also, the art is like turbo cute. Amazon. Definitely shouldn't pull up Amazon on screen. 20 bucks. Easy peasy. Definitely shouldn't pull Amazon up on screen because it does tell you your county or whatever it is. Your city or whatever you want to call it. After all players act, the first player to raise their bid. For all players act, the first player may raise their bid by adding more cards or corrupting existing ones. This continues until all bets are final. That makes sense. All cards are then revealed. The highest bid wins with the following notes. A partnership that succeeds, the rewards are split and is agreed upon by the players. This may be could be put up here. Must agree ahead of time on splitting the rewards. In the case of a tie. Most players gain rewards. However, creature events tie, they avoid the penalty. Right. All items that were bid are then discarded. That's still true. The winner then may take the rewards. In some cases, the detriment are determined by rolling a 6-sided dice. Rewards are then drawn on an appropriate deck. Okay. Mealtime. After player event is in discard a ration, blah, 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 corruption. If you have no ration, they take corruption instead. After this, players draw an item to add to their hand. Probably a random item. This actually, I guess, like add the dice mechanic thing here. Because we kind of added that in. The turn then passes to the next player and the event card is drawn. At the end of the event, if multiple players remain, the players with the fewest negative effects cards wins. In case of a tie, the player with the most or the least damage wins. Okay, so we need to like fit these in here, right? We don't need this. Bluffing. Bluffing would be added somewhere in here, I would expect. There we go. Bluffing needs to go in there. Shops. I think probably all this needs to be broken down into types of events. So this would be like creature events. We then have shop events. And then this would go in there. Cost for non-weapon cards, that would have to go in here as well. A lot of like extra stipulations for events, but dice rolls for items. This is actually just goes here. Does it? This probably goes at the beginning. So setup, we would have our loadout page, right? Loadouts go there. This is not a... And then... Maybe we talk about... where do we talk about random card draw? Do we talk about it at the beginning when we're talking about player cards? Or do we talk about it... Like, it feels like it almost needs to be its own section, but... Because, like, whenever we talk about random card draw, this is what you do, right? So I'm trying to figure out where that goes. Because it could go multiple places, but... I guess maybe up by player cards. Maybe here. Trading and bartering with other players. This would probably just be like additional rules. And then like order of operations is kind of like order operations could go at the end of creature events. Okay, I really just need to do that. And then I don't have any notes for incident events, but it might just be like, no notes. Continue onward. No notes at this time. We're getting close to a break. Got 5 minutes till an ad. Yeah. Sorry, just checking something. Okay. All right. That's more or less what needs to be done. I believe I had a few extra notes here. Blight of Blackridge. It's in here. I have like too many documents for this, and it's too much, whatever. Can only be bought. Okay, that's a good note. Shop events. May only buy once. Buy one. May only buy one item per event in a shop. Gotta bounce beats. See you later. I might be back. All right, dude. You feel better, and yeah, we'll see you later if you're back. See how long I stream for. But yeah, feel better, dude. A multi-event you may buy from both. You know, I was gonna do that emote. Bam. I have one additional heart, so there. Get dunked on, fool. Dingus Mortimus. Got him. I have one last because I hate y'all. That's totally fair. Maximus hate watches. No, you don't, Scrooge. Imagine if Maximus just hate watched this entire time. The most consistent long-term viewer and just hate watches. That's why he keeps coming back for more. I know, it's just yeah. So much hate to be had. Imagine all the reasons I had for watching was to get y'all's address and then commit murder. Maximus, stop. Do I need to delete this comment? I am literally see, the thing is, part of me wants to delete it. so you don't get banned, but my worry is that if I do delete it, then it goes, oh, this is something that's worthy of being, yeah, it's like flagged, or yeah, flirting with, it's flagged for like to be deleted, and then I'm like, oh no. Yeah, just don't go too far with it. Bro's always flirting with death. Honestly, he wasn't as bad as that one guy I had to ban. You know? Anyway. Anyway, we're hitting a ad in 30 seconds. Sure, you could be flirting with a lot worse. Anyway. True. Get out of here, Bean. Go rest or do whatever you need to do. I appreciate you being here, dude. Yeah, we're gonna hit an ad in 15 seconds. Boy, blah blah, but blah blah boo. Anyway, wait. You have 7 seconds to say what you're gonna say before I go. Hurry! There's an ad. Except you're no, actually you're subscribed, so it doesn't matter. No way. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm drinking water. I'm sitting. There you go. Oh, I thought it was you resubscribing. Like, it hasn't been a month, has it? Dingus Mortimus. Thank you, Bean. Thank you for the gifted sub to Dingus. To Dingus. I'm sure he'll appreciate being able to spam the Turnip King. I actually got it right this time. I didn't say it wrong. Anyway, thank you so much, Bean. I will see you around. You are a great bean. No, he won't. He loves the ads. It was an act of war. True. Thanks a lot. But now I can't flirt with death on this account. True. If he gets banned again, just wasting people's money. Bye for now. Toodaloo. Goodbye. All right, I'm taking my break. Give me just a minute. Yeah, I need to like stand up for half a second. Actually, I might just do standing desk when I get back, but give me a sec.
I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged deck builder. That's right, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, but with the deck-building mechanics of something like Slay the Spire. Not only that, but doing so solves a bunch of problems generally experienced in many tabletop RPGs. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi role-playing game called Soul. Now you might be saying, Nathaniel, you're just making this game into a deck builder because it's popular right now. And to that, I say, you're right. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping that a popular game genre wouldn't help promote my game. But even though that is true, that's not really the reason I decided to make this change. It's actually because it solves a lot of problems in my game. But before I explain why I did it, let's explain what I actually did. To start, I'm going to use an action system similar to version 2 of my game called Concentration. Each point of concentration essentially counts as one action. The exception here is that more powerful cards may cost more than one concentration to use. This is going to be similar to Hearthstone's mana system or Slay the Spire's energy system. A player will start the game with 3 concentration and be allowed to spend it on various cards on their turn. After spending it, their concentration will regenerate when it becomes their turn again. As for the cards themselves, there are 3 different types of playable cards. Basic actions. These cards allow you to perform a simple action, mainly one of your equipped items, such as a weapon to attack an enemy. As a note here, there will be an inventory system where you have separate cards equipped, but that's for another video. Physical abilities. Generally, these are things that can be done within human means, or alien means, or whatever. Something like the Knight's Cleave ability, which makes a sweep attack hitting multiple enemies, or the Medic's First Aid ability, which allows them to heal a target even when it's not on their turn. And lastly, nano abilities. I won't kid myself, this is basically a magic system under the guise of technology. This allows a character to perform actions and go beyond what's normally possible, such as Medic being able to use mass healing, which allows them to heal allies in an area. This also helps to explain older abilities like the DJ Scale ability, which allows you to change the size of other characters' abilities. A player will choose an assortment of these cards from a class or multiple classes to build a deck. Once they have their deck, they can use these abilities in-game, especially during combat. Once combat begins, a player will draw 6 cards and be able to choose what actions to perform by playing these cards and using concentration to do so. Once the card is played, it goes into a discard pile and cannot be played again until their deck is empty. I'm still debating on whether a player's hand refreshes every turn, or if they can retain their cards and draw enough to fill their hand. Playtesting is probably in order to decide which one's best, but let me know what you think. Either way, that's the general premise of the deck building aspect, so let's explain why I actually made this choice. For those of you who play games like Dungeons & Dragons, will likely know this sort of situation. Your party gets into a fight with some enemies, and it gets to your fighter's turn. Your dungeon master asks a fighter what they would like to do, and they say attack one of their enemies with their legendary magic sword. They attack, and then the DM asks what they would like to do with their 3 additional actions. And they simply say they want to attack with their sword again, even though there might be more interesting options that the character might have. This continues until they're out of actions or the enemy is dead. Now, you may blame the fighter for playing the game in an uninteresting or boring way. However, well, they may have other actions at their disposal. Using their legendary sword is likely the most effective option for dealing with enemies. And while it may be true that it isn't the most interesting, you can't really blame them for using their best action they can. We had the exact same issue in Soul, and for that reason, we came up with this design.
I have returned.
The mechanics should never encourage a meta or perfect
If you're enjoying the video, please check me out at Beats Creations on YouTube. I'm still seeing, also I'm seeing ads still. I read that wrong every single time. Also, I'm still seeing the ads. This is hilarious. You probably have to refresh the page. Sometimes it doesn't recognize that you are subscribed until you refresh, I believe. Because sometimes like it won't show you the emotes until you've refreshed or whatever, so. The description was not wrong. Yeah, I read that the wrong way every single possible, sorry. Good thing I have my cancellation filter that doesn't let my stuff peak. Why is he so sad? I know, right? Just a sad boy. I mean, that's the main stuff I think I have to add. He's just a sad little guy. Okay. Like, I don't know if I really need to do this like a physical card game rule book, but I kind of feel like I should. Especially if this will go in a card game box at some point, right? So let's just treat it as if it is, right? Because it doesn't really do us any harm. Besides take some additional time. Let's open this. How's everyone doing today? What have you been up to? Anything fun? Anyone? Anything interesting? while I just continue to do this. Wait, are there less? Wait, did I? Oh, weird. I guess. Did I not have... Do I not have the right number of tools in a deck? There technically should be one more tool. That's wild. Wait. Huh. No! We may have goofed. I don't want to create another one. I really don't have to, but oh, that's so unfortunate. For all the numbers to be even, which currently I thought they were, there's technically needs to be one more tool. Wait a moment. Wait a cry moment? Wait a sad moment? Because there's 24 rations, 24 weapons, and 21 tools. Oh my god, you are so dyslexic. What a sad moment. Yep. My brain... That's the problem with dealing with too many words, is my brain just gets all jumbled. It says on the tin, I am dyslexic. It is right there. What a cry moment, technically, is what that should be. But a sad moment works, yeah. It's very unfortunate, though. You can tell when my, like... I'm going to make another tool. I don't, like, have to. It's not really a problem, but I really think the cards should be an even number of cards, if we're being honest. Just make a tool that is just a tool card? What does that even mean? The unluckiest tool draw possible. What, just like the tool is like tool and does nothing? Scrap metal does nothing. Just a tool card. It could be. I think so it's not so much designing the ability that bothers me. It's just I have to do more art. Although I don't mind doing the art. It's just I thought I was done. That honestly, I don't mind doing it. I just thought I was done. That's the only issue. Because doing a card that's scrap metal that does nothing, I get that feeling as well. It's just I thought I was done, you know. And like, remember when I was like, yeah, we'll just spend like 2 more weeks on this game, and now it's like month 2. I say we, I mean me. Remember I was like, yeah, I'll just be like 2 weeks, and then we'll... Alright, this will be 24 cards. Let's just double check I'm doing my math right? Like, there's 1, 2 tools. There are 7 tools, and there are 8 weapons. And then the rations have just a different, like a rarity system, essentially. But yeah, I'm not really so mad about the... Sorry, I just stopped talking mid-sentence. Yeah, I'm not so mad about actually having to do it. I felt like I was done. I was like, okay, cards are done. No more of that. Let's move on. You know what you should have done? You should have said, stop talking, mid-sentence is my middle. That's how you should have said that. But I spell it Ray like a weirdo. Yeah, true. Stop talking in the middle of my sentence. Wow. Ah! Sorry, I'm being very dyslexic right now. Don't mind me. Wow. That's weird that it's spelled... This is the word my hat spelled when I slammed it against the keyboard. It was Fugdui. Fugdui. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what it said. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, event deck. Having a real dyslexic day. It's probably because I willed it into existence by saying that you probably can do this or more zoomed in stuff. I willed it into existence by titling my stream the way I did. You curse the stream, 100%, yeah. For sure. Undoubtedly. Creatures. But yeah, we'll have to add another tool, I guess. I wonder if I need to add more corruption cards. There's a chance I need to just like increase the number of corruption cards because currently there's only 24. But a maximum potential of 40, right? Because technically you could have 4 players have 10 corruption cards each. The likelihood of that happening is very low, and also if everyone has a corruption card, they're dead. So technically you'd only need 39. But the likelihood that you have only take corruption and damage is low. Or taking only corruption and no damage is very low. What's the max number of players? For this one, technically it's 4. Technically it's like a 2 to 4 player experience, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't like double your number of cards, like buy 2 of the set and play with like 8 people or whatever. Technically it'd be kind of like a complete mess, I'm sure, but it's balanced around 4. Quote unquote balanced. It's not really that balanced of a game. It's kind of about screwing your friends over and, you know, that kind of fun stuff. So yeah. Games ruin friendships. True. Honestly, I really thought this game would have more incidents of people being like kind of mad at each other. But even with how like cutthroat it is and like screwing each other over, it still feels decent. The more people you have, the worse the experience gets. I attempted to play Munchkin with 6 people at once. It was not fun, really. Yeah, at a certain point with board games, if you get too many people, it just isn't fun. Especially when it's like a turn-based game, right? It's just like, okay, I'm waiting like 4 years for my turn. I'm bored. That's why, like, when you're playing like D&D or something, I never like going more than like 4 is the absolute max I will do. I have done more, but it's like a special occasion if I do more. No game destroys friendships, Mario Party. Very true. But honestly, like, I've come to accept when playing Mario Party that like this is a game that is like mostly random. Like the mini games are one thing, but once you get to the thing, it's just like eh. Less adding more turns is more just not knowing who to screw over, etc. Yeah, that's true. I've only played Munchkin like once in my life, so I can't really remember how it's played, but yeah, I know it's similar-ish to this, right? But yeah, at a certain point, it just gets like merp. There's a lot of reasons games become less fun, at least board games become less fun with more people. You know, there's lots of reasons for it, so you may as well not do it. Okay, components done. Player cards. We may at the end of the end, like maybe in like half an hour, maybe pivot to just finishing that last item. Just because then I get to draw and not do words. But if you have any thoughts on new tool cards, I'm all for it. I played D&D once with a group of people that are way too serious about it, and they did not like me and my whimsy whatsoever. I imagine you as like like a murder hobo. I want to just light this bar on fire. Why? Because I do. Oh, okay. Sure. Not a murder hobo. Not the murder hobo. No, I was just I'm just JKing you. Oh, a shape-shifting paladin. Interesting. Yeah, if you take D&D too seriously, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, I get like people might want to take it seriously, and that's fine. You know, they should find those people. But if you don't have a little bit of fun with your role playing, I don't know. It's not for me. My journal group has a bit too much whimsy and I can't move the story forward sometimes. Yeah, that can be frustrating as a DM for sure. Or I mean, I guess as a player if you care about the story, right? That's when the story itself needs more whimsy. I mean, it depends on what you're saying by whimsy, right? Like if you're just being like all magical and stuff, that's like one thing, you know, but what does whimsy imply in this sense? How can I whimsy it up when they're killing about 60% of everyone they see? Okay, that's murder hobo. That's what that is. Deep Toot, hello. Hail and well met. How are you doing? We're talking about D&D and working on a rule book. The name of the game is Kill or Be Killed. You're playing D&D wrong. I missed your face. I missed your face too. Howdy, dingus. Just all caps on the dingus. Yeah, D&D should never be about killing, unless that's really what you want to be doing. But I think everyone has to agree on that, because arguably, because if it's kill or be killed, obviously you're kind of joking, right? But the biggest problem with that is that obviously the DM can kill you, right? If they want to, they can just do anything. You're like, okay, here, have 4 Tarasques that you have to fight. Good luck. You're like, okay, well, I'm dead. So it should never be the there might be kill, but not the or be killed, you know? You know what I'm saying? Depends on your adventure. You know, here we are. That's my name, don't wear it out. If the whole group was just murder hobering, I could work with it, but 3 players were murder hobering while the other 2 were trying to solve the story I had planned. Yeah, that's where you like have the guards capture the 3 people, and then you have to do like a courtroom. Well, I guess that just brings you off of your story, right? I was like, do the courtroom, or just have them executed. Have them get caught and executed. Because like the way I like to think of it is like the world should still have laws, and if they are breaking the laws, then that's their fault, right? Obviously it's not always a solution if people are having fun. Like, my favorite D&D character was a ghost that was possessed by a fart. Possessed by a fart? Or a fart that was possessed by a ghost? That doesn't make... See, we all know that Toot likes a good fart joke based on his name. Toot, can I show everyone the art? Read better. My favorite D&D character was a ghost that possessed a fart. You're right. The dyslexia is extra strong today. Show them the deepest of twos. Okay. As some of you may know, Toot sent me this art pad because out of the kindness of his heart, and I was like, how can I ever repay you, sir? And he said, nothing, but if you really want to, you could draw me something. And so I drew him something. And I could have gone the fart joke route. But arguably, no offense, but I wasn't interested in that. So I decided to make it more serious. And so I made a diver guy. And the way I incorporated, so obviously diver is the deep part, right? The Toot part, obviously there's bubbles, right? But I also decided to incorporate, like, I wanted to went for like a steampunky aesthetic, and I incorporated instruments into the design. Like, you got your trombone and what's it called, like horn. But I thought the brass instruments fit well with the sort of like brass aesthetic of a diving suit. So there it is. There's the deep Toot. A ghost that possessed a fart seems very on brand for someone called Deep Toot. Respect, indeed. Toot punk. Yep, there you go. This art Art turned out sick, yo. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I kind of went like a little bit rougher with the drawing, but I kind of wanted to like embrace that a little bit. I didn't make the line art like super clean, which may have sold the aesthetic a little bit better, but I was trying some stuff out, so hopefully that's cool. Trying to be confident in my inconfidence, you know? So there it is. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, but yeah, dyslexia is strong this stream. I think I've cursed myself by titling the stream the way I did, but here we are. I'll print it and hang it above my desk. I look forward to seeing that. It flatters me you want to do that in the first place, so. Who doesn't love a good curse once in a while? True. Speaking of D&D, I love doing curses. My friends have so many curses on them. Well, they did when we were playing. It's been way too long since I played. Probably about a year. It's sad. Description of what cards are for. Player cards, also known as items, are I mean, it's like the primary way the game is played, right? What did I say in armies? Like, I don't need to reinvent the wheel here, right? You know what? I'm going to, I think you said in. I don't know. I think we're standing. It's stand time. It's time to stand. I will stand for this. Unleash the bald. There you go. The bald has been unleashed. Nice and cool, you know? I feel like I need to tilt my camera up a smidge. That's the problem with doing the standing and sitting, is that sometimes the camera's a little higher than it should be. It's giving King Neptune vibes. What's giving King Neptune vibes? King Neptune. It's a SpongeBob thing. Ball. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, I was not much of a SpongeBob person. Not because I dislike it, but I just didn't have, you know, I didn't have cable. I was a PBS kid. I'm sorry. I suppose it's never too late, but player cards. Player cards are vital. Player cards are vital for players to battle the old god and achieve victory. Each of these cards has a unique function, such as deploying units, utilizing blah blah blah. Okay, so we just need a general description here. The problem is, like, they're the only thing. Imagine explaining that to kids nowadays. I wouldn't know. I feel like, do kids not watch SpongeBob anymore? I feel like it's still going. Is it not going still? I don't know. Players also know. Also knows items. I grew up watching it and I'm dumb AF. No. That's what I'd say. No. No to you. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely like a very like, the original team left at the end of season 5. But is not still going. I mean, I guess it's like a different breed of episode 5, 99B. Toot knows his stuff. Spongehenge. Interesting. No, I feel like I wasn't really a fan of anything really after SpongeBob movie. Like I said, I wouldn't know, but you know what's great for writing rule books? ChatGPT. We'll show it. Perfect. Sometimes you can just take stuff from ChatGPT word for word. Player cards, also known as items, come in 3 main types. I don't like dashes. I don't know why. They hurt my brain, and I don't think I ever see stuff written nearly as much as it is. There are as many dashes in anything that isn't ChatGPT. Y'all are still going on about SpongeBob. No, I'm just kidding. That was meant to be the end of SpongeBob according to the creator. But SpongeBob was making money, so ChatGPT is addicted to dash. True. Honestly, any sort of like hyphenated word or dashes or whatever, literally just I can't. It's so difficult for me to read. That's very much a dyslexic thing. Hyphenated words or compound words or anything like that, can't read them. Never gonna happen. It's like my brain's like, this should be one thing, but it's 2. The primary use weapons primarily used for fighting creatures. Butt stuff. Damn it, why did I read that out loud? Why do you do this to me? It's gonna be like one of my friends that ends up being my downfall on stream. Just checking if you could read it. Okay. You know what I mean. You know what? Just for that, I'm putting my hat back on. I think I will probably pivot to art after we hit the next break because I found out I need to make another tool card. Yay. But we're at least going to get some stuff done here. Although it might be worth talking about what that item is before pivoting. Especially if Dingus is still here. He's my main ideas guy, you know? We're calling him Dingus now. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to think. Actually, I need to plus 12 plus 3. Why? Yeah, I guess exactly 20 cards, right? Yeah. I'm trying to decide what to do. Nah, we'll keep going until the break, and then we'll pivot, and then we'll figure out what the item's gonna be, and then we'll draw it, and then we'll be done. Which means we might go a little bit longer than 3 hours, but we'll see. Weapons primarily used for fighting creatures. I kind of like saying these cards have a damage value and sometimes an additional effect that can help you get the edge on your rivals. Cool, I think that works. Tools. Versatile cards generally used to assist during events. Some tools can also be used in place of weapon bids. Sure. Rations used during mealtime prevent gaining a corruption card. Might be like worth saying items of varying quality. No, I don't think that's necessary. Corruption card or corrupted abilities. Most weapons and tools have corrupted abilities, which increase their power at a cost of adding a corruption card to your hand. What is this? This is the... Oh, I thought this would be like a... like heading 2 or something. No. Well, I guess not. Oh, is it just bolded? Oh, I guess it's just bolded. No, we do use heading 3. Okay. Heading 3. Why can't I do a heading 3? I can. That's weird. It's heading 3, but it's not gray. Did they change that? I don't know. We're just gonna copy this. There might also need to be like a board section. Maybe we add like a play space section here. Random card draw. If a item. If a card ever state as mealtime or the card ever states that you draw a random card, or when you draw a card at mealtime. Roll a dice. And follow the following. I'm gonna rewrite this. I just need to get it down. In fact, I'm not gonna rewrite it. ChatGPT is. Sloth is a great sin, O beats of creations. Oh, using ChatGPT to write my rulebook. Bean, he's back. Beans. Here you go. It's not so much out of laziness. It's just that it's a tool that makes it easier, and it can do it better than I can. There's Gluttony. And there's Sloth. Look at that. I did change these cards for all the text to be at the bottom. I don't know if y'all noticed that or if I showed you that, but, you know. Oh, I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Bowen. My favorite... Vanilla... Vango? I don't know that word. Because both sound awesome and hidden in... Vainglory?
Vainglory.
Oh, it is Vainglory. In order, pride in oneself to achieve. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Again, compound words don't work in my brain. Because both sound awesome, and it's a hidden 8th deadly sin. There you go. Tutti frutti. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of over. I'm kind of over not using ChatGPT or feeling bad about it. I think it's just a tool to be used. And if you take everything it says, you're going to have bad content, right? But it's a tool. And like, I would never feel bad about using like Photoshop's content aware fill. Like if I'm editing a photo, right? Like if I was like, make me up a game, and then like it made me a game, and then I just published that as the game, that would be bad. Right? But the fact that I'm curating it, I don't think is such a bad thing. it's helping me say things more eloquently than I could. So I don't know. I think that's my current stance on ChatGPT. I don't think any AI generated stuff should, well, individual instances can be used, I think, one for one, but it is a tool in a creative project. It is not a it is not the end all be all, right? Like, for instance, I wanted to make a sentence here for me, but it's not including everything I want. If you're instructed to draw a random card, which is not, or yeah, no, if you're instructed to draw a random card, such as during the mealtime phase, roll a dice. See, I wanted more than this, but it gave me the structure I needed, right? Oh, I also didn't give it everything. Whatever. I don't know. None of this is none of this is like 100% usable, right? I have to take the words it gave me and then put them together. But the way it says it is probably better than I could think of. Are you standing? I sure am. Are you thinking about redeeming standing while I'm standing, so I have to stand on top of my desk? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Don't think I will do that. If you're instructed to draw a random card, such as during mealtime phase, such as this will probably be a more proper chart, I think, later on. We'll see. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't really actually know the song. Solid beat. See what I did there? Beat, get it? True. True and accurate and correct. I still need to draw a beat. Like, I have my turnip guy, but he is not a beat, you know, he's a turnip. So I really need to draw a little beat guy and not just a turnip guy. We have a bean and a turnip, but not a beet. F turnips, I hate beef with turnips. I don't think I've ever had that. But this is the, oop. What am I moving around? I'm moving around a source and I don't know what it is. Just undo that. But this is the turnip king. Would you not be ruled over by the turnip king? Do you deny his lordship? Do you dare insult the king? Sorry, got a little heated there. I'm just very passionate about the Turnip King. Took an unexpected turn. How dare you beef with the king of the turnips? Get it, beef? Beef with the... Oh, I have... Yeah, honestly, I read it as I hate beef with turnips. Dude, my brain is so cooked today. What is happening? Y'all, so did I. Okay. I was gonna say, you did say sounds like a good meal. I don't, yeah, anyway, how dare you defy him with his rules? His will rules over us. His heart beats within us. It's true. Within our lives. There you go. Turnips are radishes that give up halfway through puberty. So did I. Rip. You guys ever just feel like you're still like 18 years old? Just mentally? Like you're like, wait, I didn't give up halfway through puberty. Give up after puberty. That's kind of where I was at. No, I didn't really give up. I've never given up, but I have mentally be like, I still have the same that question doesn't work here for some of your younger audience here. Me, true. That's fair. Very, very true. Maximus is just a little wee one. Mortimus, sorry. Wait, how old are you? Same? Bean just asking doxing questions as per usual. Just trying to dox everyone. My hard drive F off beats. My hard drives are one of my friends got me a here, let's see if I can show it with the cat cam. Oh, it's so out of focus. Hello? Hello? It's not in focus, but is that better? Hello? Focus? Well, it's not working, but there's underneath there's a little hard drive thing. And it's pretty cool. I'm merely 180 years old. True. 2 is an elf. A young elf. You don't look like day over 178. Shit, am I the villain of chat? The mean one? Thanks, Bean. Yes. I've gotten thoroughly distracted. Corruption. These cards take up your inventory slots and can only be... Actually, we're probably about to hit an ad. Let's see if we can do this in 2 minutes. These cards take up an inventory slot and can only be removed by items or during special events. These cards are also able to be played after a player's death. Do you say player's death? Because that sounds like that sounds like the player's dying, right? Like player character death would make more sense, but like also kind of like not really how the game works. Is that a crash emote? Yes, it is. Those are Bean's emotes. Bean also streams. Bean's pretty cool. Hey, speaking of being cool. Oh, bam. Get shouted out, nerd. Hell yeah. I feel like this should say like, while alive, these cards take up inventory space and can only be removed. However, after a player dies, they may then be played. Something like that. Okay, we're about to hit an ad. Gonna do an ad break, and thanks, you nerd. Gonna do a ad, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. In the meantime, enjoy my video. If I can find
I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged deck builder. That's right. Now, you may blame the fighter for playing the game in an uninteresting or boring way. However, well, they may have other actions at their disposal. Using their legendary sword is likely the most effective option for dealing with enemies. And while it may be true that it isn't the most interesting, you can't really blame them for using their best action they can. We had the exact same issue in Soul, and for that reason we came up with this design philosophy. The mechanics should never encourage a meta or perfect strategy. Players should never be able to repeat an action or a set of actions ad nauseum. And that's where the deck building mechanics come in. At the start of combat, a player will only have 6 cards, likely meaning they won't always be able to perform their best action and have to adapt to what's given to them. Even in the case of attacking with their weapon, they may only have so many basic actions, forcing them to use some sort of other action. Not only is this good for allowing players to have a diversity in actions, but it will also make combat encounters more interesting as a whole. Not only does a player have to overcome their abilities of their enemy, but also adapt to the abilities available to them. Now this one arguably will have to be tested, but again, you've likely encountered a scenario in other games like D&D where a wizard-type character sits there for 3 minutes digging through their character sheet and trying to find what spell will work in this specific situation. With a limit on the cards, a player will only be able to choose the actions that are in front of them, which should limit their options and allow the game to run a little more smoothly. For our last example, how many times in an RPG have you used an ability on an enemy, or group of enemies, that causes a status effect, like a burn, or poison, or sleep, and have forgotten to apply it each turn, or forgotten which one of your enemies is affected by it? Or how many times has your character yourself been affected by a status effect, and forgotten the next time your turn rolls around? This problem is solved using cards. Look at a game like Slay the Spire. When you're affected by a status, it's shuffled into your deck, and then when you draw that card, it's applied to you. This is exactly how it works in Soul. Say you're lit on fire. A burn card will be added to your deck, and upon drawing it, you'll take that damage. This way, a player will never forget to apply this status effect when it's on their turn. There may be other ways that these changes help the game, but I just haven't discovered them yet, and I'm excited to see what they may be. Anyway, thanks for watching, and whoa. Hold on, Nathaniel, I hear you say. Didn't you say in your design philosophy video you didn't want a game with heavy mechanics? And isn't a deck builder super mechanically heavy? Not only that, but tabletop RPGs are supposed to allow players to do anything they want. This seems a bit restrictive. And if you are in fact saying that, you would be right. Anyway, thanks for watching, and okay, fine, okay, fine. I'll explain myself. All right. Well, I realize a deck builder is mechanically heavy. At some point, a role-playing game has to be an actual game, like the game part. And I feel in this case, it's worth the risk. It just means I'm gonna have to be even more careful when designing my abilities in such a way to promote roleplay and avoid nitty-gritty mechanics-based abilities. For instance, abilities allow you to draw more cards, or even use abilities for free. Well, a few abilities like this could be good. Allowing players to infinitely draw cards, like a Shiv build in Slay the Spire, might end up being a little bit much. And as for a player not being allowed to do what they want, yeah, that's also true. However, I like to think of this system like the options your character can come up with in any given moment. That being said, I do have some mechanics planned that circumvent this issue rather than me just using a narrative explanation. For one, if a player's not in combat, they can use an ability at any time, allowing diversity in roleplay without any consequences. As for in combat, a player can do what I'm calling a focused draw. This spends a concentration to allow a player to dig through their deck and pick out a specific card. This will allow players the freedom to do what they want, coming at a bit of a cost. However, this unfortunately isn't enough on its own, as suppose a player has 3 concentration and wants to draw a 3-cost card. They're required to spend 1 concentration to focus draw the card, meaning they only have 2 concentration left. Now, if I allow cards to persist between turns, this might be okay, but I have another mechanic to actually help. This is tentatively called limit breaking. This allows a character to sacrifice a portion of their health to gain more actions. This allows a character to overexert themselves in order to accomplish what they want. In this instance, it's to use a 3-cost card that they wouldn't normally be able to use. This would allow a character to draw a 3-cost card with a focus draw and then still be able to use it. And lastly, are free actions and roleplay actions. Free actions are things characters can do that don't require concentration or a card. This would generally be something like talking to another character, or something potentially that doesn't warrant a full concentration to perform, like turning on a light switch or picking something up. This would generally be based on the GM's discretion though, as is very situation based. And roleplay actions would be actions that do not require a card to perform, but still require concentration. Roleplay actions are exclusive to actions that do not cause any other character direct.
If you liked my video, check out on beatscreations.com. I literally doxed myself pretty bad today, but honestly, my name is like whatever. So I don't show my address. I'm not a huge. It's not a huge deal. I feel like. No, this ad started with a puppy in it, and in a tent, and I got excited. I thought it was gonna be the Canine Advantix commercial with the song. I don't know. I don't think I know that one. Believe it or not. Stopped streaming a while ago. I'm simply too sloth for it at this point. My elderly life. Just a watcher now. Don't use the mic off on anymore. Blah, blah, yeah. True. Don't get to hear Bean's beautiful voice. Let's... Do we pivot or do we, what are we feeling? More rules, or should we pivot and do some make a card and art? You just mock it anyway. Maybe. Only a little bit. Because I found out that I'm actually missing a card. I thought we were done with cards, but apparently we only have 7 tools and we need 8. But you have an amazingly deep singing voice, me. Bean sounds British. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Bean sounds... Yes, you. You. I've seen you. You are the one from my dreams. I don't. I sound. You sound what? What do you sound? Or do you just sound? I sound. Okay. Hold. Waiting. Sound. I've only heard Bean's voice like twice. I think I've only ever caught like 2 live. Well, no, that's not true. It's like 5 times maybe. Please give an example of what I sound like. Don't think I could like imitate what you sound like. Unless you want me to like make a joke. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, no, Bean sounds just like, "Oi, bruv. Cheeky, you cheeky bugger." That's what he sounds like. That's what Bean sounds like. So, a cheese grater being shredded in a blender made out of blackboard. That would be horrifying. Bean noises. How about that? Just crying. Bean sounds, I'm trying to think how to describe it. don't know. I wouldn't be able to describe it. Bean sounds like Bean. Do I sound like someone famous? I don't know, honestly. Bean, I don't get to hear your voice enough, you know? Do I sound like someone you'd recognize under a different name? Based on Beats' fabulous impression, I'm going with Roy Kent. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure it's funny. You guys make me want to be a streamer. Do it, dude. I'd raid you. Toot should do the stream. That's what she said. I'd raid you too, Toots. True. I don't have good looks or Bean's beautiful voice. That is such a lie. Toot is a beautiful man. I'll tell you what. I'd join the raid, probably. My voice is actually terrible. Bean's voice is like... I don't know, I feel like Bean's voice isn't, like, terribly, like, different from mine. Like, as far as, like... I don't know. Just imagine me, but British. I don't even know, because, like, I think you like, I don't really know, because I know there's more than, like, one British accent, and I'm not going to say where you're from, because I don't know if people know, because you told me some things. But I feel like continents, yeah. What? Oh, except, you know, different. You're melting my brain. I'm not reading any of these because it's just gonna hurt my dyslexic brain. Here, let's just find one where you talk. Here. Nope, that's not it. That's an ad. Clavicle. Y'all are just saying C words and it's just gonna hurt me. You're hurting me. I'm leaving. No, I'm leaving. Bean, are you the kind of person who doesn't like to hear your own voice? You cannot run from yourself. I hate it. All right, just give it like a minute. Oop, wrong button. Just give it a minute. Just plug your ears and go la 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 la. We're gonna listen to your voice for a second. All right, there's 30 minutes of intro.
So I can chill and vibe with buddies.
Was that English?
You got a car ad. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
You got a car
and
ad.
Tax stuff. So actually useful ads or stuff that you could maybe go.
I'm pretty sure that was me saying something to his chat. I'm gonna try to get my best Bean impression. Again, I want to.
Yeah, at the moment I'm looking for a reference photo.
I'm looking for a reference
the outfit that I'm going to give this lady.
I'm going to give this lady.
I haven't really prepared.
Can everyone hear this? You should be able to hear this. Yeah, that's what Bean sounds like. Bean sounds like a bean, you know? Anyway. Bean, you can come back now. You're so mean. You literally, bro, you literally stream. This is Bean. Look at Bean's art. Look how cool that is. Look how fucking good that is. You remain muted. Look at that art. Anyway. You stream? Why am I not following? Do you not? Oh. I was like, do you not follow him? But you probably don't because your freaking account. Did you not know that? There's no way that you didn't know Beans streamed. I mean, Dingus Mortimus might not know that Beans streamed. But Dalamus Maximus certainly did. Okay, we're so distracted. I'm so dyslexic, and I need to make a card. What's something? I'm trying to think what we're missing here. Is there some sort of interaction that could be cool that we haven't played around with yet? Also, why is this not centered? Loaded deck. I wasn't aware of the Bean streams at all. That's wild. Somehow you've missed every time then we've talked about it. Because I've shouted him out a few times. We've rated him like 2 or 3 times. That's wild to me that you haven't been there for any of that. I guess I need to shout out Bean more. Bean shouts me out like every second I like join his stream, and I don't shout him out like hardly ever. So I'm just failing as a my brain stopped working. I'm failing as a friend. There we go. That's the word. What am I trying to say here? Why is my brain horrible? Anyway. You're instinctively jealous of his objectively better streams. Honestly, probably. I'm definitely jealous of his art skill. Like, have you seen the Borgor he did? I think it's in the Discord server, but hold on, where's his Borgor? Look at that Borgor. Look at that. Isn't that insane? Look at that skill. Borgor. Doesn't it look real and eatable? Anyway. It was so good I thought it was a joke for a while, right? Like, oh, he just uploaded a burger. Nice, dude. So maybe we could do a tool that's more used for mealtime? That could be interesting. Or a tool used for like partnering up or something. Because I feel like playing around with like different mechanics, all of them feel like they work on like a creature event level. Or maybe a shop item, like some sort of tool that helps in some sort of other situation, right? Like either like maybe a free shop or something, like a voucher ticket or something would be cool. Campfire kit lets you heal by consuming food items. Interesting. I don't think I would want to be able... So healing might just be getting rid of corruption, but I feel like we have a few that already get rid of corruption. Because damage should never go away. I think that's kind of the point of damage. That's like the biggest detriment of it. But we already have Chicken's Foot, which allows you to play a corruption card. And Ritual Knife, which lets you clear a corruption card as well. So that's a cool idea, but I think we could maybe do better. Do design the cards themselves. Everything everything is designed or drawn and designed, like the UI or whatever you want to call it. The card design and art and all that's all me. What if you put down other players can use it and you also heal a fraction? Interesting. Nice. Yeah, thank you. All Microsoft PowerPoint clip art. Yeah. Is that what it is? I can use it, but for every 2 corruption other players heal, you heal 1. Feels too powerful. And I don't necessarily want to prolong the game like that, I don't think. I do like the idea. I think it's cool. I just think it's not, like, cutthroat enough. Maybe? I'm trying to think that through. I guess you're right. I don't think we need anything that gets rid of corruption. I like the idea. I just think that we have enough that feels in that sort of vein, right? I do like the idea where it's kind of like, yeah, something that you place and then other people can interact with. That is interesting. But I don't know if I necessarily want it to be like a fully, like, that would be a lot of words on a card too, to like accomplish that. Yeah, the more I think, the more insane I get. Every thought builds upon itself. Yeah, I was thinking like, let me state my thoughts, see what we think. Yeah, you could have like a free shop voucher, or maybe something that like locks other people out of a shop, right? Like only you can buy from the shop. That could be interesting. Like a key or something. Maybe okay for a tool card to start its own mini game, or is that too much? It might be too much, but I'd be willing to hear it, I would say. But I think that might be, I don't know, it depends on how crazy it is, you know? Because, yeah, it'd be interesting to have it interact with... It can't really be an incident event effector, because there's only 3 of them, right? Incidents it can't really affect incidents, per se. It could be something that affects shops, but there are really only so few shops. So maybe even like a free shop item thing would be bad. Could have something like scrying where it lets you see what the next event is, which that'd be interesting, right? Like at mealtime, it lets you see the next event. But I don't think that really helps you at all, right? Like, it wouldn't really help you prepare. Like, you can't really... I don't have a ton of knowledge on the game you're working on right now, but is there magic? Like, can you enchant weapons? Sort of. So, basically the idea of this game is, you're a Western mercenary in the town of Blackridge. The game's called Blight of Blackridge. And basically, this town is being cursed by hell. Hell itself. Essentially, It is infecting everything. Like, there's all these weird demonic creatures that are showing up, and it is your job to kill them. But more importantly, it is to kill them so you can keep going on, and your rivals do not succeed. So basically the goal is to screw each other over so you end up getting the reward. Each player has a choice of putting down food or weapons. You get some benefit for putting down food, but only one player gets to put down a weapon. They steal the other player's food, but if the player puts down a weapon, two players put down a weapon, they both take damage corruption. That's pretty much like the that's pretty much Liar's Bounty, right? That's an event card. I think that really is too much. Yeah. I like the thought, though. It'd be kind of cool for that to just be an item that players could just activate. But I'd almost rather have it be like, draw an incident event. I was not aware there's a card in the game. Yeah. Yep. Hear me out. An ability to tame Hellbeast. Ooh. Huh. The idea doesn't make sense directly, but I think there could be merit to the concept, right? You technically use it like a weapon after it takes so much damage it breaks. Yeah. Well, so every item after you play a weapon, I'm wondering if it's too powerful. So here's how you can make this work, right? Make it so after you kill a creature, you take the card, and it deals damage equal to its damage cost, and you can use that on a subsequent event. I interpreted the tame thing differently. Granted, a weapon can deal 6 damage. Damn it, Dingus. What if when you use the tame item, it lets you force one player to interact with an event and then they take double the downside? Or double upside and downside. So, like, you force a player just individually into an event. Like, sick a Hellhound on a player of your choice. Yeah. That sounds fun. Yeah. Like a reward for unalive Hellhounds. Yeah, so you basically... My chair just half broke. Hold on. I'm trying to think how, like, if that's too powerful. What the heck is going on with my chair? Hello? I like the idea of interacting with creatures. The problem is no matter what, there's going to be 3 copies of the in the deck, and it's going to be used a lot, right? Okay, I think I get what you're saying, right? So the idea would be, I think it would have to be a risk-reward sort of thing, but I also don't like too many things that target an individual player, because that's when it gets like malicious in the wrong way. So I'm trying to think that through. There are like some things where you can put 1 damage on a player, and there is duel where you can attack them directly. I'm just trying to decide if I want, because like the sort of way this works is you're not actually ever attacking each other that much directly. And certain event cards don't. I'm just talking this through. This might not be. Then you get to use dismembered soul and yeet into someone else. If it's just dismemberment, count half. Only is half damage. Whoever eats that, because the point is a whole hellhound, so you can't cause that much damage. Yeah, it could be interesting. What if they mess up and the player that beats a hellhound or uses the tool, they can get a bunch of rations for free? So I guess here's how I would think of it. Here's my current thought on that, right? Have it like, like a soul container or something, right? Sorry for squeaks. My thought is you play the tool during a creature event. If you kill the creature, you capture its soul. So then you have the creature, right, in your hand. And then when at any point you can play that card and put a player into this event. I guess that's not like super unfair, because in theory it's only ever going to do so much damage, right? It can only ever do like 2 damage. It's like Danny Phantom's thermos. You get creature soul, stick them into a thermos, then use it again. Whatever else you want, but only half damage. I'm just wondering if this is going to be a fun mechanic to continuously use. That's what I'm wondering. Is it too much of an interruption from the main game, right? Because that's my biggest worry, is that you've secluded all other players from this event that is happening. Not that it like really matters, but the problem is we have taken a step away from the normal flow of the game. Maybe you can't use it until another event. Well, events basically just continually happen, right? Like the game goes, there's an event, you do the event, you do mealtime, you do the event again. I just have the feeling this is going to be too disruptive. I really like the idea of it. I like the idea, like, I think it's cool, but I feel like it's just gonna be too in your face and too like disruptive. If we were to keep this idea, I think you'd have to use it for everyone, right? Like you'd play this event and it would act almost as if as the same as the oppressive corruption card, where it redraws the event again. I'd almost rather it be that. I get what you mean, you're kind of right. Yeah, because like it just feels like you're singling out a player, and that feels like it's just them doing it, and then everyone else is just sitting there bored while they're figuring it out. I keep forgetting to finish my ideas. Tracks. Because yeah, the oppressive lets you draw a second event. Is treated as a multi-event. Players take any detriment of the events that don't participate in. What I was thinking of was that you throw the Hellhound onto a player and then you redraw an event and everyone deals with that one. Basically oppressive, you said. Yeah. I can see that. Like, even you have to deal with it, right? Even if that's a shop, like, you can make stuff come up again, right? I think basically the way you do it is you play the card, and at the end of the event, you take that card, right? I think in the event that multiple people play the card, whoever plays it first gets to use gets to keep it, and like the second person would matter. It's a played face up card. No, the Hellhound is only one player, but the other event is drawn and everyone does that event. Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. What, do they have to deal with both events, or is it they're just put into a separate event? Because arguably that could be like beneficial a lot of the time. Like beneficial for the other person. Deals with both, everyone deals with the second one. Yeah. That's better. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on it, but... Because yeah, my other idea was that you'd basically get this card and then it would deal damage equal to, I don't know, the cost, right? 6 weapon damage though would be pretty insane for pretty much anything. It would probably have a caveat you couldn't use it on an incident. Because, like, imagine you get into a duel and you just deal 6 damage to one person. Six damage is kind of huge, yeah. For another creature event, I'd maybe be okay with it, especially if to defeat the creature, but at the same time, then that's like really... that's a lot. Placing an event again, I think, might be... Imagine just keeping Hellhound in your pocket. Everyone would fear you forever then, yeah. . I'm wondering if this... So, I think that's too much. The other idea where you get to play a card again... I'm trying to decide if I like it. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. Is it a... Is it right for the game? Is it different enough from oppressive? I mean, granted, a lot of these are basically, you know, pretty similar to other things. Draw a second event. That event is treated as a multi-event. Players take any detriment of events they don't participate in. Is this at all like D&D in the sense you pick an action and maybe you get to do the action? No, you always get to... Well, it's more like poker, honestly. Depending on the parameters you meet. There are only so many things you can do. It's true. There's only so many mechanics you can interact with. You basically play cards and you bet, and whoever has the highest bet gets the reward, right? But there's not any chance per se, at least not in the sense of there are some stuff that require rolls like this, like it deals 1 to 3 damage, but it's not really on a lot of things. I'm just thinking this through for another minute. Is it... Let's... Because here's my... Okay, let's write this down first of all, because I think it's a good idea, but let's... Whatever, let's write it here. I thought I... Ah, I did. Okay. Is there... Chaotic actions with very little direct chance, true. Like, you don't know what the other person put down, but it's not randomized. Exactly, yeah. It's a lot of blind betting. And bluffing and that kind of stuff. I could see something like poison. Like, allows you to use rations as a weapon. Deals 1 damage per ration. If you're caught bluffing, someone gets to slap you across the face with a card of their choice. That is funny. I do like that kind of thing where it's like a meta punishment or meta requirements. Like one of there's a RPG thing where it's like there's a disguise ability and you had to have a different voice, and if you broke the character voice, you would your disguise would break. Like, I think that's a really fun way to do it. But yeah. You can play slop cards face down, but if someone calls you out and it's not slop, you have to eat a card, but if it is a slop, they eat the card. There you go. I like the idea of poison, though. That's kind of interesting, too, right? I think there could be something else that helps during, like an item that helps during meal time. Also, a item that helps at shops. My only worry about this one, this one is probably too, it doesn't happen enough. Inconsistent. Peace. That's poison. That kills people. Carl. No water, only card. True. I want, like, the problem is, like, if we, the problem with the soul, this, we're calling it a soul jar, the pet thing. Soul jar, aka pet thing. The problem with that, I think it's too powerful. And it's gonna happen more consistently than I would like to. Right? It could happen again and again and again. It feels like something that shouldn't happen that often. But there needs to be 3 of these cards in the deck, and it feels like it's just gonna be continuously happen. I have an idea. It's a pretty insane idea. You know that's why we keep you around, Maximus. An idea nonetheless. We're here for your crazy ideas. I think poison actually, I might actually go with the poison idea, but we'll see. Because there's a lot of people who complain about having too many rations, and this is like an easy way to fix that, where it's like, you can play a poison as, or a ration as a weapon, essentially. What if the pet thing is even more powerful than you're imagining it, but you have all 3 copies in your hand like Exodia? So you have to have... Oh, you have to have all 3. No, it's just too inconsistent. I mean, you're going to be sitting on that card for too long. It's never going to play. I like the idea. I see what you're saying. Like, you have to have 3 like, if you have 3 of these copies of cards, you can play it to capture a creature. You can still use them to pay for tool cards. There's like 2 events that let you do that, though. There's like the Hellhound and Hellhound, Cookhouse, Saloon, and then that's it. Oh, I guess most shops, I suppose. You can make it 2 copies too, that nerf it way less. Yeah, like if you have 2 copies of this card, you can use it to capture a creature. That's just so much wording. Like, lore speaking, could you take a Hellhound out of hell? Like, take the hell out of a hound and keeping it as a companion, like heal it? No, so the lore-wise, the Hellhound's from hell. It's not like a corrupted dog, I think. Yeah, actually, that's what the lore is. I know I see all the big downsides you're talking about, but it feels so cool. It does. But if you just ask it nicely to behave, no, it's from hell, unfortunately. Imagine you throw down the two soul jars and like yell out, "Soul jar, activate!" and everyone's shocked and beyond disbelief. Yeah. And then you whip out an actual glass jar and whip it across the room. True. You get absolutely demolished by someone next time the duel happens. True. Are you saying using it as like the damage one, or are you saying that using it as the idea 1 where you get to play it as a card, or use it as idea 2 where you get to deal the damage of the card? Because we had 2 ideas for that, right? Get to use the hell out as a weapon is my thought. Yeah. I mean, a way to mitigate its like less usefulness would be you could make it so each soul jar is able to capture 3 weapon damage worth of creature. And so you could capture a Gorge Beast with 1, you could capture a Dust Devil with 1, but when you have a Hellhound of 6 damage, you'd have to use 2 soul jars. That could be one way to do it, where it'd be more consistent. How much damage does the... 6 damage is the most. It's unique, it's cool, it feels awesome to pull off, and worst case scenario, use it to trade off. Yeah. What do you think of the three damage per soul jar? What do we think of that? Do we like that concept? 3 damage per soul jar. That works. Because rather than... I like it, but I think it rekindles the problem of 2 common. Well, part of the reason I'm thinking it's the 2 common one was playing the event, right? If you're playing the events, because there's we have 2 things here. We got to settle on one, right? Playing an event multiple times, that's 2 common. Using it as a weapon, that's less common, or that's less of a problem, because you have weapons in your deck anyway, right? That's really no problem at all. I gave up on double event anyway. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think that's as big of a problem. Dude, I'm kind of conflicted. I think that works, because I don't mind if you use a creature as event more times, right? Or not as an event. If you use it as a weapon multiple times, I have more of a problem, because like weapons are in the game, right? It doesn't really matter. All right, here's what I'm conflicted on. Let's write them both out. Let me write out both my ideas, right? We got soul jar. I don't know if it's actually called a soul jar. We'll figure out what it's actually. Hello? We'll figure out what it's actually called later. Soul jar. Play this card. Face up during an event. If the creature dies, or if the creature... God, this one's gonna be so wordy. Thermos. What about a thermos? Oh, soul jar. Thermos. Sorry. I just need to write it out, and I can make it simpler. We just need to write out everything we need to know. If you defeat the creature, you may take the card and put it in your deck. It's gonna be too many words, dude. You may then play the play it on creature event, and it deals damage equal to its weapon cost. How does this work on a multi-event? I think there might be too many caveats. I'm gonna crochet the Hellhound. Do it. I'll send you a screenshot of the art. You want to crochet the Tumbleweed Terror instead? Just kidding. Or what about the Railroad Wraith? You spider, no. What about an Evil Train? Hydrate. Thank you, Toot. Bog Beast would be a badass plushie. I should show you the full art. Another Hydrate. Good call. Because the Bog Beast looks so much cooler. Oh, the Bog Beast, yeah. Well, that one you can see pretty well. The Blood Moon Beast is I really like how it looks, but unfortunately, a lot of its art is covered up by text. I could probably make that better if I put him more in the middle, and I probably should. Where the heck is it? He's just a little friend. Adonimus came up with the design. Why can't I find this? Art. Event icons. Where are the Jiminy Crickets? There it is. Look at his little friend. But yeah. And there's There's the Hellhound. Railroad Wraith. Anyway. I look so happy, yeah. Anyway, wait, was that before it? I don't remember what I showed, to be honest. I missed an artwork. Sorry. We'll go slower. There's Bog Beast. That little boy. That little guy. Oh, hell yeah. We got Death Rattler. These are just events. Dust Devil. Gorge Beast. Greed Marrow Ghoul. Hellhound. Iron Reaper. We got this Silk, what is it? Silk Flame Siren. She's cool. Railroad Wraith. And then Tumbleweed Terror. How do you pronounce Scorpion? Oh, it's the Aractus Scourge. It's an arachnid cactus. Aractus. It's made out of cactus material. Oh, we're in an ad. Let me take a break. BRB. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm turning my card-based tabletop role-playing game into a fully fledged deck builder. That's right, a role-playing game like Dungeons & Dragons, but with a deck builder, allowing players to infill. I have another mechanic to actually help. This is tentatively called limit breaking. This allows. I was playing Dungeons & Dragons the other day, and by the other day, I mean like a year and a half ago, and my players were in combat with a monster. This was a pretty standard fight, but things ended up getting kind of dicey. No pun intended there. It was kind of intended. I wrote it in the script, but I didn't think, you know, whatever. Let's just get on with the story. Anyway, so one of my players ended up getting knocked unconscious. I'm generally pretty nice to my players, so this was actually a somewhat rare occurrence, which is maybe not how a dungeon master should operate, but I just end up wanting all the characters to be friends, and I don't know. But yeah, after the player was knocked out, the very next turn, they were quickly healed by another player and back on their feet as if nothing happened. Then they quickly attacked and defeated the monster. After the session, there was something about this fight that bothered me. And I think it was the lack of impact of not only being knocked out, but the lack of impact of damage as a whole. There were no lasting effects on the character. It really felt like there should be some sort of repercussions after being beaten senseless. And I'm not even talking about mechanically here. I'm talking about from a character standpoint. You would expect a character to at least be somewhat traumatized or afraid or something after being knocked out by a terrifying monster. So when working on my game, I kept all this in mind, and I think I found a way to solve this problem by allowing damage to be impactful to the character narratively as well as mechanically. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my tabletop RPG deck builder called Soul. Today we're going to be talking about my new equipment system, items, and how that relates to health. When I was trying to solve this problem, two game systems kept popping to mind. One was Mech Warrior's slot-based inventory system. Each weapon or component was equipped onto your mech onto a slot on their body. And when that part was damaged, it would no longer function. And the other one was the singular time I LARPed. Yeah.
We're having a longer stream today, apparently. If you're enjoying the video, check it out on beatscreations.com. Not .com, on YouTube. I don't know why I always say that. I mean, you could find it on my website, technically. Yes, longer stream. Woo! Honestly, I think I'm just gotten used to it at this point. Anyway. Here's my confliction, all right? I like the idea of Soul Jar. I think arguably it is cooler. it may be a lot of words to fit onto one card. Counter idea, poison allows you to use rations as weapons. I think the interesting part about this is it does technically fix a problem where players argue that they have too many rations and not like and nothing else. Granted, that is a balancing thing. When you use your weapons, you don't get weapons back, right? Like when you kill a creature, like there's some people being like, dang, this jam is going hard. This is my favorite one. No. This is the one that goes crazy. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused for a second. Yeah, that one goes like, that was like the song that goes hard in the playlist. There's one that goes absolutely insane. It's like, I know this is kind of like a chill Western whatever, but we're going ham. So yeah, I don't know. This sort of fills a niche, but also might ruin the balance. Not that there's like too much balance of the game. It is cheaper, not cheaper, less words. Because Soul Jar might be a little bit weird on a multi-event. In fact, it doesn't work on a multi-event. Unless you don't have to defeat the creature. You just have to be the one to play it. Which maybe could be a Soul Thermos. You're sold on that, huh? It doesn't fit the theme, unfortunately. Well, do they have thermoses? They had canteens, but not thermoses. I mean, are canteens already an item? When was the thermos invented? This is the Wild West. It was like just after. It was just after, right? Because Wild West was at 1870 through 18. I'll settle for a soul canteen. Unfortunately, you can't settle for a soul canteen because there's already a canteen item. A soul mug. A soul thermostatic beverage transporting containment device. There you go. Y'all are a bunch of trolls. Play this card face up. It can't be if you defeat a creature. It just has to be when a creature dies. Which makes it more powerful. It can be kind of a comeback mechanic, but Sorry for silence there. I was concentrating on words. Play this card face up during a creature event. After the event, take the card into your hand. The card may be played as a weapon, dealing damage equal to the wager amount on the card. We still need more caveats, that's the problem. And this just takes it regardless of the... I don't know, I'm gonna think about it for a second. Let's talk about poison, see if that's actually a better option. Play this card face up. You may then play rations. Face down. Each ration deals damage on damage per card played. Per I feel like poison just fills a better niche, even though soul jars may be cooler. The soul jar also has, like, it's gonna be really hard to get it kinda how I'd want it with wording it the way I want to word it. You mean STBTACD? Yes, exactly. That's what I meant. You're so right. I'm sorry. I think I might have to make the executive decision to go with poison. As much as, like, as much as I like the Soul thermostatic beverage transportation and containment device, I think it's too complicated. Too complicated and too powerful without weird restrictions. Sigh, you have to be a killjoy, don't you? Wait, okay. Name one way it's complicated and I'll fix it. There's too many restrictions. It deals too much damage without even more restrictions. You can't play it as... You can't make it so you have to defeat the card in order to get it. And if you word it that way, it would require even more text on the card. It requires too much text to be viable. That is unfair. That's 4 things. There's a lot of reasons it's kind of weird. What if it takes corruption to play outright, but there's no limitations? Y'all are really, really pushing for the soul jar, huh? All right, let's reword it and we'll try it one more time. I think I'm probably I don't know. Sorry. The sole thermostatic beverage transportation and containment device, you're right. Play this card face up during a creature event. Take X corruption for doing so. After the event, take the creature into your hand and play it as a weapon, dealing as much as the wager amount on the card. It's literally exactly what I wrote. More or less. Just slightly more concise, has the same meaning. Yeah, I mean, it's arguably like almost the same. I mean, probably should say into your hand here, which is what you had. Here's the question. It's probably not too many words. It's too many. It's so close to being too many words. And arguably, I feel like it needs one more line to explain what happens in the case that it has a multi-event. Final resort. If you do not add Soul Jar, I will make you drink 16 sips of water. I gotta look at... Make that 20. I guess it doesn't actually matter. All of them are always... either equal or don't have a weapon damage. The power of friendship fuels our cause, true. Let's see what it looks like on a card. It's all text. Does fit, technically. Man, I don't know. I'm very unsure. All right, play this card during a creature event for 1 corruption. I feel like more than 1 corruption is too much for it to be worth it. Like, say you capture a Iron Reaper, like that only deals 1 damage. So you would never take that. I'm so unsure how to feel about this. To be honest, it doesn't look bad, yeah. Place during a creature event for 1 corruption. Then take the event card into your hand after the event concludes. The event can then be used as a weapon dealing damage equal to the wager amount on the card. It also needs the only 1 player may play this card on an event. See, I'm not even sold on the card being good either. I mean, it's not bad. Like, play this card during a creature event for 1 corruption. You may then take the event card into your hand after the event concludes. The event can then be used as a weapon dealing damage equal to the wager amount on the card. Dude, I don't know. I don't think I like it. I think I might just have to say I don't like it. I know it's cool. I just don't think I'm happy with it. The concept is cool, but you do like it. I like the idea of it, but I don't like it. I suppose that's fine for Rack's water shotgun. It's just... The concept is cool, and I do love the idea of that, but I just feel like it's so inconsistent and hard to balance properly. God. I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we this is one of those things where it's my gut versus what I'm being told. You know, it is a cool concept. I just don't know if it, like, my gut's telling me it's the right thing to do. Because 6 weapon damage is so freaking much. And you can make it 2 corruption, but then it's worthless to use on Iron Reaper. Like, 6 weapon damage is, what, 3 more than the highest weapon. And then it also needs a corrupted ability. I mean, it doesn't need one. Not everything has a corrupted ability. Actually, no, everything does have a corrupted ability. I lied. Why does... Oh, yeah. Y'all, I hate to say it. I think I'm going with poison. Do it. Drown me. I'm ready. This maybe we could think on this for a bit and potentially put it into the corrupt ability is how you capture 6 power level cards, but that requires another restriction on the card. I guess you could say play this during a creature event. Gah. I mean, it could be play this on a creature event with 3 or lower weapon wager. Okay, you're just gonna do it. I have literally the strength to make this work. So it's a rattling, boys. Cheers. No. $12? I think that was probably 12. That was 12, more than 12, 14 gulps. He's going for it. 16. I just finished, drank like 300 milliliters. Wait, I'm dumb. How do I do it? You redeem points. I'll get more water. I don't know. How much do I need to drink? That's about a cup's worth. We got a posture check in there somewhere from Bean. Until we say to stop, that's not how that works. 17 redeems. I drank about 800 milliliters. I think that's fair. Thank you for the posture check and all the hydrates. There you go. Now you figured it out. Cheers. It's gonna be making the noise for a while. Play this card during a creature event for... Play this card during a creature event with 3 or lower weapon wager. Then take the event card into your hand after the event concludes. The event can only be used as a weapon. The event can then be used as a weapon, comma, dealing damage equal to the wager amount on the card. Only one player may play this card on an event. This feels like it has to be... I don't know, it's just so complicated. This is one of those ones I might just like run it by a few people. Like some people who've played the game. Why is that not? I'll write out both cards. I think this is as good as this one's gonna get, and we'll see how we feel about it. I know how y'all feel about it. Sparks just wants oh, there's another one. Sparks just wants a card that gives you pets and Dingus just thinks it's cool. We're going to be hearing the redemption sound until the stream is over. True. Damn, he's right. Yeah. I can tell. Play this card face up to use rations to deal damage. You may then play rations face down. Each ration deals 1 damage. Each ration you play. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where I probably run it by some people who've played the game, and then I'll pick. Because I honestly can't decide. I am very much leaning toward poison, mostly because this feels very complicated. And also, like, it's much more likely to, like, break the game or have weird contingencies and all that kind of stuff. And then I guess, yeah, the corrupted ability. I don't know exactly how I'd word that. Well, I would say I can't decide. So, because normally I would just, the plan was to draw it, right? But I really can't decide. So either I'd have to do both, or I just go back to rulebook editing, or I just be done. I feel attacked by the shrimp posture check because as I'm typing this, I'm hunched over and Overcooked crustacean. Yeah, me too. I need to set up properly. Oh, hi! Oh, hi! What are you meowing about? Come here. Hey. Hidden break. She smells like an Amazon package. I'm only here for Kitty, true. You guys hate me. You just cheer for Luna. That's all you care about. To be fair, I'm only here for Kitty. Here. Oh, she's not happy about that. Okay. I was just trying to give him a better view. Just trying to give him a better view. Stop squiggling. Squiggle. We love Avoid Kitty. True. Least overrated emote. True. We do love the Luna emote. Good kitty, yes. She's so warm and fluffy. I think this is what we're doing for the rest of the stream. It's just holding Luna. This is the stream. This is the stream now. She doesn't even care. You want to be free? Yeah, y'all. I can't decide. I'm gonna pose this to a few people and see what they say, but if Luna was the only thing you streamed, Jeff Bezos would gift you 20% of Twitch. Probably true. She is freaking cute as heck. You guys want a free locate Luna redeem? Just so you can see her in all her cuteness. If it works. Come here. that was the stream. Yes, I'm in love. Best Kitty Award. My daughter just walked in and seeing Luna prompted her to ask me to make her a pink kitty. There you go. You can make cats. She does crochet things. Yeah. Crocheted. Sorry. I don't know. We're gonna think on that. I don't know. Are we done with stream? Is stream over? Because we basically have the two things. It's either gonna be poison or this complex thing, the Thermos of Doom or whatever it's called. I spontaneously ruined her cats. Ah, good for you. So I'm gonna run this by some people who've played the game, and we'll figure out whatever. I could keep going. I'm kind of getting tired, honestly. Like if I would go, I would keep working on this, but arguably I was thinking of drawing, and I just don't know if I have any of the energy, so maybe you should hydrate more. I'll do one more sip for good measure. You're good, man. Thanks for the good stream today. Yeah, I think it's just, I mean, I'm already past my quota, right? I'm about 50 minutes past where it would be anyway, so I think it's probably time for time to raid. I'll let you know what I end up doing for the cards here. Probably do a bit more other stuff, but a bit more editing that. Probably next stream. I don't know. Maybe we'll do more armies. What's next stream? Friday? Yeah, maybe we'll do I'll see if we can do another armies playtest, but if not, we're working on more of this. Do you draw on stream? A good majority of the time, yeah. It's about 50% of the stuff. Pretty much all the art is done on stream, so I would have probably drawn if we decided on which card we were gonna make, but yeah, we couldn't come to a consensus there. Mostly my fault, I would say, but I need to figure it out. Anyway, let's find someone to raid. I think my brain's just too tired to decide what the game balance should be. Any raid suggestions? I'm of course going to see if there's anyone making card games, but as we know, that is a very few and far between niche on this platform. If not, we'll probably raid an artist. But could be a game dev person. I wouldn't be upset about that. Noise. I think I already read that. Anyway, everyone doing card game stuff is always doing like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or something, which is cool and all, but not really what I don't really care that much. Should raid Bean one day while I'm here. That'd be awesome. The problem is me and Bean don't really stream on the same days. Typically, sometimes Bean will just randomly stream certain days, but typically Typically we don't stream on the same days because he does Tuesday, Thursday usually. I first met Bean from a raid. It was awesome. There you go. Bean's a cool guy. The power of friendship, I'm telling you guys, true. So true and accurate and correct. Art. I mean, maybe we should just find a game dev person, because Schmeep, you know? I don't know. I'm like always unsure whether I should be rating new people or just be consistent, raid some of the people we're friends with, you know. It's nice to make new friends too, you know? Yeah, look at that. Bean. Bean, you were drawing the booga. It's true. I remember that. I remember that time. It was a good time. Times were had by all. One day I'll get fast at this, at finding someone to raid. But today is not that day. Nor is it probably ever. Because I am indecisive, apparently. Maybe I'll just eventually follow so many people on Twitch that I don't feel bad about raiding random people. Let's let me look at game dev category, and then if I can't find anything, we'll just you know, probably raid someone we already know. It's one of the only pieces I finished. You're lucky. You're lucky. My lucky charm, Toots. Bean, I want to see you finish more art. I think your art is amazing. Why is that, Bean? Tell us about that. Tell us why that is. And this is definitely me just asking you because I want to know, and not because I'm stalling because I can't find someone to raid that I want to raid. No, but actually I do want to know. I'm just being a butt. There's no one doing board game stuff. What's up with that anyway? What was the question? Why don't you finish your art? We want more finished Bean art. We demand it, in fact. You honor me, dear Bean. You don't really have to, but because I have ADHD, that's fair. I can't find anything that I'm like, whoa, wow. So probably just gonna. Is there even anyone that we're following that we're like, hell yeah? Not particularly. There's a guy working on like TTRPG stuff I had rated like once before. I don't know. Hell yeah, ADHD crew. Or we could just do like a literal random artist. I just pick a random person. We're just gonna pick a random person. You guys don't even care. We're gonna go rando. We're just gonna do it. Do you guys believe in me? Here's someone drawing a mech. How do we feel about mechs? Mechs are cool. YOLO, right? All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. We're gonna raid this person drawing a thing and a color study. It's cool colors. Anyway, I'm out of here. My brain's fried. I'm done. Let's I'll be back Friday. I'll see if I can schedule another armies test because I need to keep on that. Maybe play with some of my other friends just to get some variety in there, and then potentially test some of those new mechanics. And then if I'm not able to do that, then we'll be doing more Black Ridge work. So anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. I thank you for the 100 bits Bean and 100 bits Spark. That was very kind of you. Also, Bean, thank you for the gifted sub to Dingus Mortimus. You guys are great. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Let's go raid this person. And I will be back on Friday. Feel free to use the raid emote, because we can. All right, ready? Fire in the hole. See you guys later. Peace out. Love y'all. Bye.